So I'm trying to remake this video that I did this morning, which was an awesome, fabulous word. And I know that it was the guy inside of me delivering the word. But there's a couple things in it that I want to touch base back on because as I was watching it, I always rewatch my messages. Um, I was like, no, I was like, yeah, that's true. But, like I always want to dig deeper into certain things because I never want to be misleading. And so I talked this morning about that if Yah lives inside of us, um, God, to some of y'all in your Bible, King James, whatever, it's in there. Look it up. Also, we're spirit beings. That's in there too. So if we're spirit beings, that means that we're full of energy. And so we attract energy. If we put forth out energy, then we receive energy as well. And so I was going through this, like I don't know about y'all, but like if I'm going through something, I will have a conversation with y'all and be like, okay, what's really going on? I want to talk to you about this guy. And, like I'm really seeking an answer. And I'm really trying to really hear if that's the right answer. Not my lower self, which is my flesh. I want to be up in my higher self. And I have learned as I've studied that and observing and things like that research, that this thing right here, mighty powerful. And even we have to be careful what comes out of it because a lot of people will say, you don't got to do all that. You ain't got to, you don't have to say it this way. You don't have to say it. I beg to differ. Yes, you do. Because if the more I have learned, the more I've been observant by the things that I say and how they come out, the reaction that I receive, I'm not talking about from people. I'm talking about the reaction that I receive back to me is completely different on the wording. And even my mood. Like, I challenge you to pay attention to things you say and how it affects your mood, how it affects you, how it affects your energy. I challenge you to eat just something simple. So, research, study. And nowadays, you don't even have to really research and study that hard. You can find a lot of people that have done all the research and studying, and you can listen and then go and see if you can research it. Because, I mean, you don't want to always just go on what everybody says. But it's so readily available. And, but anyway, so this is why I believe it is so important if you are supposed to cut somebody off, that you completely cut them off. Now, in my personal opinion, I don't mean that you can't, if they come across your mind, be like, hey, I know you know the need. I I hope that, take care of the need, yeah, whatever it is. I know you know. And but when you don't completely cut somebody off, and dependent on the type of energy you received in that situation, wherever you were at, your lower self, your higher self, whatever energy y'all put forth in that situation. And I'm not just talking about, I'm talking about all situations, friendships, family, relationships, whatever. We got to be careful. So, all my life, like, I've observed, like, okay, so and so called me today. Excuse me. I went to town and I seen so and so 3 times. This must be a sign from Yah. It's a sign from Yah, right? It means you on the same energy, y'all. You on the same energy. So when you on the same energy, a lot of times you on the same thought. I know it sounds crazy, but just think about it. It makes sense. It makes sense. So when you share in the same type of energy, it brings thoughts, emotions, feelings up. So that's why when you've been, I don't know, like I hate to throw issues out there, but I'm just example. You've been sober for 15 years. You don't drink anymore. But your good friend Bob calls you up. Now, you used to kick it with Bob. You and Bob were bros. Y'all living the life, But now you changed, but Bob's still out there. Bob, hey man, calls you up. Hey man, what's up? Or just sends you a text like we should kick it sometime. But you don't live the same type of lifestyle that Bob lives anymore. So, I mean, I'm not saying it's not cool to be nice or none of that, but you got to know where to draw the line and how far to take it. And if that lifestyle is still an obstacle for you or used to be an obstacle to you, then you probably don't need to hang out with Bob. Because guess what? You gonna tap into Bob's energy, which used to be the same energy you shared. And then you're gonna be thinking, you're gonna be tasting the liquor, you're gonna be like, man, me and Bob had, it's okay to reminisce, but don't take it too far. But this energy, y'all sharing it, taste it, you want to go out, you don't even drink no more. But because you connecting up with Bob again, y'all thinking the same type of mindset. It's crazy, isn't it? Yeah, crazy. So, I believe that is the importance of loving people from a distance and cutting them off, because man, I have had several people in my life that I've had to cut off. 2 individuals I can think particularly that we had this electric type energy, man. Like, man, ooh, you know how you plug something in a wall and you add the electric to it? That thing's alive. Like, it's powerful. And I always wondered why there was so much hell in those relationships. And a lot of it is because it's so electric. You got people that don't understand it. Even y'all yourself might not even understand the electricity in your relationship. And a lot of times electric energy is mistaken for your lower self, and a lot of times it's mistaken for sexual energy. And so you got this bond, you got this great relationship, people don't understand it, they don't, and that's where a lot of times hatred comes in. A lot of people can't stand that type of energy because we, most of the time, don't know how to handle that. And I didn't, like when I was in those, didn't know how to handle those. Didn't know how to handle them at all. And misuse the energy that we had. Those are the types of relationships that you should be hooking up with one another, not sexually, but spiritually, and tapping into great, and doing great things like building businesses and making money, and just using that resource to tap into the universal resources. Because if you got two strong people, two electric people, then y'all gonna do some things, But anyway, so, and I don't even, I was going to say male and female, that's where a lot of times the sexual, no, it's either way. Because nowadays you got so many people that are just, they want to get involved in their lower self instead of trying to push up into their higher self, instead of trying to figure out who I am. And they listen to the outside world about what you should be. And it starts here, y'all. We gotta love this first. When we really truly love this, a lot of people say they do, including me. I've been there. I still got my flaws. I don't mean it like that. I don't mean I'm perfect, but a lot of people say they love this, but there is an issue somewhere. Because just look at what you do. Look at how you think. And here's another thing. Maybe not all the time. It may be twice a year you wilding out. Somewhere there's still an issue that you need to resolve. So, little food for thought. But energy, y'all. We share energy. We share it. And so that's why when Pookie call, hey Pookie, pull up town. That's Pookie. Yeah, you want us back together, cause Pookie called me today, and there's Pookie, and going down the road, there's Pookie again. Pookie must be stalking me. Nah, Pookie ain't stalking you. You ain't stalking Pookie. Y'all hooked up on the same wavelength, the same energy length. So you hearing them, for real, it's wild. I know somebody's gonna be like, oh my God, she's out there. She's lost her mind. She's on some hoodoo, voodoo, whatever crap. But I'm telling you. It's like that little experiment. You can look it up about the bread. You know how they put the bread in the sack and they're like speaking negatively to the one piece of bread, like all them days, and it molds quicker than the ones that they spoke positive to. Energy. Just try it. I would say be blessed, but that's something else. I hate to bust your bubble. Be abundant, y'all. Be abundant.